So what do you think was the difference between you pitching and getting no's and you pitching and getting the yes that you needed?
Yeah, so I definitely think the most important way to move forward, especially as a young team, is to look for good advisors. That should be your first goal coming out before you even begin to raise money. I know people always say, like, you need to have some gray hair on that team slide, otherwise people aren't going to take you seriously. But it is true. To get our foot into the door, we had to show investors and people we were speaking to that we were talking to the major key opinion leaders in this space. We weren't just like goofing off and like making a product without talking to anyone. Like we had 𝗵𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗆 on our advisory board. He is the key opinion leader in infection prevention. He wrote the CDC guidelines, and he's a really, really great person. Of course, very smart. And so having his backing increases the legitimacy of the company so much. And so not just in a technical aspect, but also in a business aspect.
Sure.
None of us were business, like none of us were like econ or anything as undergrads. We were all technical. So we came onto the team as 3 technical co-founders. And I think it's really important to be open-minded about realizing what you need to learn. I think a lot of things as a scientist, I used to think weren't important, like slide decks or networking. I was like, who cares what's on this? Who cares what the slide deck look like? It just matters what's on it, right? Or who cares about networking? Like, I want my work to speak for itself. But that is not how you do business. And so realizing, that I also had these wrong assumptions about how, things are conducted, and also, changing my mind, realizing that thinking networking is hard and I don't want to do it is a really limiting perspective. And so, in the very beginning, Jason, Kevin, and I used to go to networking events. We would show up. We'd be the only kids there, the only Asian kids there. And Jason would make us split up and go join other groups and just like force our ways into those conversations. And I hated it so much. But it was so important. You got to be putting yourself out there, constantly meeting people, especially if you haven't done it before, because the more people you have on your side with experience, the more seriously people will take you.